And as police continue to try to figure out exactly what went down there at that house Wednesday night, community members continue to mourn the loss of these officers.
And that support is on display at the Bristol Police Department, and that's where we find our Fox 61's Julia LeBlanc. She's joining us now there live. And Julia, that memorial started to grow yesterday, and it has just really blossomed. It is just overwhelming to see that support.
It really is, and the feelings that we can feel when we talk to people this morning are also overwhelming. We've been seeing people stop by the police department simply to just come here and pay their respects and say a quick prayer, and they're dropping off flowers and anything else they can do, food, any sort of help that they believe they can offer to the police department. You can also see we have the black bunting now on the front of Bristol Police Department. And this morning we are learning more about our two fallen officers in this community. Take a listen. 35-year-old Sergeant Dustin Demonte was a 10-year veteran with the Bristol Police Department. Chief Brian Gould says he was a school resource officer at Green Hills and West Bristol schools, an advisor to the Bristol Explorers Cadet Program, a Silver Star recipient, but most importantly, he was a husband, a father to 2 children, and with a baby on the way. 34-year-old Officer Alec Hamzy was an 8-year veteran at Bristol PD. He was born and raised right here in the city, assigned to the Central Region Emergency Response Team. And he too was a husband, a son, and a sibling, among so many other things. Their surviving officer is Alec Iurato, joining the Bristol Police Force 4 years ago. At 26 years old, he's also part of the Emergency Response Team. Iurato is home and recovering from surgery after suffering serious gunshot wounds. And now the police department is left trying to figure out what comes next. But they say they need this community support. And in the meantime, the community is also mourning.
Nothing you could do will ever fix the situation or change it, or you can't go back in the past, but we just want to do whatever you can to show your support.
Even in the course of this live shot, we just saw another person coming over, dropping off those flowers. And the feeling that we are getting from this community this morning, people who live here in Bristol, people who live in the surrounding towns and cities, just saying, I want to help in some way, but you feel sort of helpless in this situation. But for those who are feeling that way, I can tell you, even hearing directly from the police department, this support showing up, that helps a lot, and they really need that right now. And tonight, you can also show your support for a community vigil, which is happening right here at the police department at 6:30. We're live here in Bristol. Julia LeBlanc, Fox 61 News.